Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
For 42 years, he has terrorized this town. Tonight, it ends.
We need to stop this mother.
We need a plan of attack.
We have to get these people out of town.
How can he still be alive?
This is Officer Williams. Our night isn't over yet.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams. And today we got a special treat for you because we're going to be discussing the fan film You Can't Kill the Boogeyman from Dark Crown Films, starring Katie Kay, Brittany Clark, Aaron Groban, and Brandon J. McGuire. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, today's going to be a little bit of a special day. We've got Halloween 2 coming up at the top of the half hour. But before we get to that, we're going to take a look at the Dark Crown Films produced fan film, You Can't Kill the Boogeyman. Now, this film is pretty much designed to tie up from the end of the original Halloween 1978 right into Halloween 2. There's a lot of things that happen in this film that do kind of set up the events for Halloween 2. And we'll kind of come to those as we get there, both in this episode and then the episode that follows with Halloween 2. But let's get into this one here now, shall we? Now, our movie opens with several cut shots. The character Debbie is chaperoning some trick-or-treaters. Samantha awakens from a nap on her couch. A couple of policemen are patrolling the neighborhood. And Ben Tramer, as well as his friend Devin, discuss the party that they had just attended. Some of Ben's friends pull up in a car wearing Halloween masks, and they convince him to go cruising with them for a little while. Devin heads off to see his girlfriend, Debbie, while Michael Myers is stalking a teenager named Natalie, watching her change. He then rushes her, chokes her, and stabs her through the mouth and out the back of her throat. An officer is called to the house in order to investigate, only to be greeted by Michael, who beats him to death. Samantha then calls Debbie in order to vent about being stood up by her boyfriend, Jerry. And Debbie tells her to come on over, since they're pretty much like sisters. Meanwhile, Ben is still cruising around with his friends while wearing a Michael Myers mask, except his has blonde hair as opposed to Michael's brown hair. Devin then arrives at Debbie's house and begins to put the moves on his girlfriend, but he is interrupted by the arrival of Samantha. Now, Samantha, sensing the tension that was just caused, leaves the house unexpectedly. But when Debbie goes to find her, Michael appears and kills Devin, nailing him up in a crucifixion-style pose. Debbie finds Samantha, and they head back to Debbie's house. Once inside, Michael attacks Samantha. Debbie tries to intervene and is able to distract Michael so that he lets go of Samantha. Michael then chases Debbie through town until she collapses on the train tracks. Michael puts his foot down on her head and holds her down on the tracks as he proceeds to stab her multiple times. Samantha then shoots Michael, which allows Debbie to get up and get away. However, Michael's foot is trapped in the track rails, causing him to stay there as the train hits him. Once the train passes, Michael's mask is on the tracks, but there's no body. Dr. Loomis then walks up and picks up Michael's mask as our movie comes to its end. I thought this was an interesting fan film. Nothing special, nothing tremendous, nothing to write home about, unfortunately. I didn't like a lot of the cut shots. I didn't like the way they flowed. I just felt like it made it sort of rushed. And I get when you're working with a 30-minute runtime, things have to be a little bit quicker paced. But I feel like we would set up a scene, there'd be like 2 lines of dialogue, and then bam, it would cut to something else, and bam, I didn't like that. And I didn't feel like there was that much dialogue to begin with. I feel like everything was more ambiance, exterior atmosphere shots, if you will. I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of substance to the film. The best part about it to me was the Ben Tramer character, because we had briefly heard about him in Halloween 78, setting Laurie up for the dance with a date with Ben Tramer. And then when we get to Halloween 2 tomorrow, Ben Tramer dies. And those of you that are familiar with Halloween 2, you know that Ben Tramer dies wearing a white Michael Myers mask with blonde hair. This short film explains how he got that mask. That's one of the key ingredients to this film, in my opinion, is the explanation of how he got that mask, setting up his death in part 2. And again, we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next episode when we do Halloween 2. But for me, that was the best part of this film. For those of you that have never seen You Can't Kill the Boogeyman, it is available on YouTube. I will link it up here so that you can click on it and go check it out if you're interested. But yeah, that's... Unfortunately, I don't feel like this particular fan film was anything to write home about. When it comes to my rating of You Can't Kill the Boogeyman, I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars. Like I said, aside from the Ben Tramer thing, there really was no substance to this film. There was no weight to it. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dark Crown Films. I can't rate it much higher. Hopefully, if you guys do another one, you can give it a little bit more substance. But 2 out of 5 stars for me. Those of you that have seen You Can't Kill the Boogeyman, what'd you think? If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. But let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction in the comments below. And make sure you stay tuned at the top of the half hour, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when we will be taking a look at the official sequel to Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance, Charles Cyphers, Lance Guest, and Dick Warlock. And then tomorrow, back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, once again another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And this time it'll be time we take a look at Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch, starring Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, Don O'Harley, Michael Curry, Ralph Straight, Jaden Barber, Nancy Kies, Dick Warlock, and Jamie Lee Curtis. And then following that, at the top of the following half hour, the season finale of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, starring Tatiana Maslany, Jamila Jamil, Ginger Gonzaga, Mark Ruffalo, Josh Segarra, Tim Roth, Charlie Cox, Marklyn Baker, John Bass, Benedict Wong, and others for the season finale of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. You don't want to miss out on any of that right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right here on all new episodes of Renegades Reviews, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, season finale of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. So much good stuff coming here in the next few days. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so that you get alerted anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share this video with your family, friends, loved ones, co-workers, movie fanatics, cinephiles, fans of horror movies, fans of the Halloween saga, anyone you can think of that would enjoy today's video and content, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized, make some money on this endeavor. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me and tuned in today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.